for more than 20 years. Imagine, no? She really has a very... She's a yoga teacher, and she took her training in, of course, here in Manila, in Tuscany, Italy.
Ay, gusto ko dyan. Gusto ko pumunta
Way back 2003. Oh, don't worry, Coach. Punta tayo sa Italy. Wag lang muna ngayon. Ha?
Wag muna ngayon.
In Singapore in 2019, and of course in India. Yeah. And she is also into wellness and healing therapy. The Watpo traditional medical school.
Nakarating din ako dyan. Sa Thailand yan.
Thailand ba yan? Thailand?
Sa Thailand yan.
I know, Thailand is one of your favorite
shout out to Naomi, Kanita. Hello.
And of course, ito yung gusto ko. Whenever we talk about wine or wines, sabi ko nga the first person that comes to my mind always siya. Diba?
Wow.
Okay. She took her wine class or wine studies in Accademia Vino Italia. And she's a level 2 certified.
So may levels din pala, no? Maybe we can ask her later.
Alam ko lang, basta wine. Sige lang inom no? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the very beautiful Alou Santos.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, good evening everyone. Good evening, Aiet and Sai. Thank you very much for having me tonight. And good evening to everyone who's with us at this moment. And I hope you're having a very lovely Sunday.
Oo, lovely talaga kasi nandiyan tayo, di ba?
Oo. Fine with me.
Oo, di ba? Ako din. For tonight lang yan. Oo, for tonight lang yan, guys. Kasi house tayo usually.
Can get their wines also while listening to us and watching.
Very nice. Tama. Yeah. Kasi post-dinner na. So, dapat chill na tayo before the work.
Relax na lang konti, Coach, no?
Yes.
Agree. Yeah. Okay, so Professor Sai, how long have you known Miss Alou?
Well, for quite a number of years. Actually, she's one of my VIP clients. So, mapansin mo, mga kliyente ko, either mga magaganda o mga gwapo, no? Diba?
Oo nga. Dapat talagang i-feature sila.
Kaya alam mo, Coach Aiet, when we were discussing this one, yung sabi mo sa akin, Prof, I like to discuss about wellness. Then, I realized and I remember si Alou, she's also into yoga. Mm-hmm. Diba? It's a good combination, no? Yoga and wine. Kumbaga, after a hard day's work of training. Tama ba yan, Alou?
It's really connected. If you're going to look back 5 years ago, people have started to go into wellness. That's when yoga thrived in Manila.
Okay.
Around 5 to maybe close to 10 years ago. And then after that, believe it or not, the sales of wine worldwide have increased because it's always related to wellness. Because you have to remember that this is from grapes and different kinds of grapes. So it's organic, you know.
Yes,
and things. Yeah, and it's not something with like chemicals or something. So a lot of people into wellness, and ever since we hear the doctors that drinking a glass of red wine is good for cholesterol. It's also good for the heart, diba? Sabi nila.
Right.
Resveratrol right now, resveratrol, which is you get it from the skin of the grapes. It's now being used widely by those beauty products. They put a lot of resveratrol, and you get the resveratrol from wine, actually.
Nice. At bukod dyan, mataas ang vitamin C kasi from grapes, di ba? Di ba? Oo.
Of course, just like yoga, always drink in moderation.
Tama.
Okay.
Moderation, yes.
Is that your secret why you look so young? Actually, yun talagang gusto ko itanong.
Oo nga.
Diba? You are very composed and prim, diba? Nakakatuwa yung presensya ni Miss Alou. Nakakatuwa siya.
Vibe daw yan. Positive vibe siguro yan.
So, yes. And what's your tagline? Diba
yeah. Because they practice yoga. Don't practice yoga. Let yoga practice within you.
Yun, ang ganda naman. Yes. And di ba you have a business in yoga, and you mentioned something about the new tagline because of this situation.
Yes, actually, since the pandemic, and we've observed a lot of new normal things happening around us. And quite frankly, it's not easy to just go into it or be like get the hang of it. And so I said, even me had a hard time adjusting. Confinements at home, you can teach in the studio, falling in line, long lines in the supermarket, and also in your office have changed tremendously. Like you cannot, the lockdown was like, everybody was working from home. And so I was like thinking, because yoga will always promote being in the moment, being at the moment, being in the now. It is the now that is important. Don't think about tomorrow, think about now. So my business, which is called Yoga Touch Manila, I decided to put a temporary logo when the slogan is live the change. And that's the only way we can manage this global pandemic, to become, to be feeling positive, to become healthy mentally and maybe physically. It has to start mentally healthy. We have to start mentally before we can translate it physically. So that's based on my experience, and I want to share it with everyone.
And thank you for sharing that, because not only that we need it now, yung ganyang positivity, we also need to be conscious about our subconscious. Tama ba yun? Kasi living the change right now, hard. It's very hard, especially for the not mentally prepared. Diba?
Yeah, it's a process, and we just have to trust in the process.
Correct, I agree. So, Professor Sai, as you mentioned earlier today, na I was talking to you about wellness, etc., diba? And top of mind si Miss Alou, diba? You mentioned her name. Sabi ko, parang magandang gawing wellness for the whole month, diba? Yun yung sinabi ko sa'yo. Yeah. Tapos, we started brewing mga topics, at saka yun nga, it's so nice to start with a holistic approach na you have it internal, within yourself, mentally, tapos may physical, tapos may wine pa, di ba? yun yung magandang information doon, because I have this friend, she's the one that I shout out kanina, si Naomi. She's from Thailand, and she told me how to kilatis a wine and how to properly drink it. But the one who influenced her is actually the wine connoisseur. But then that was parang very bits and pieces lang yung mga sinabi niya sa akin. However, I agree with you that it's really a very nice to cap the night so that you'll have restful sleep. And what more if we practice yoga, diba? Professor Sai, are you exercising? Can you
Coach Aiet, when I heard Alou about what she's saying about the new normal, and I really appreciate what she's doing now. This is not something ordinary what we're experiencing right now. It's the challenge both sa mental tsaka emotional, di ba? And we can see that sa Facebook, no? Maraming talagang nadidepress. Yung ang word ko nga din is, meron ba tayong adversity quotient? Di ba Alou, no? Meron tayong IQ, meron tayong
EQ.
Ngayon naman is EQ, adversity quotient naman, ano?
Yeah, that's very nice, yeah.
I mean, can you expound on that one, on how yoga actually helps one to be able to do that?
Because practicing in the mat or on the mat itself is the same as how you face or how you respond. We'd rather respond than react to the challenges in the outside world. Okay, so how do I relate with that one? In yoga, when you practice on the mat, we want all practitioners to focus on connecting the mind, the body, and just listening to your inner self. And that's focus in one word, deep concentration. And I think how do we relate that in the present moment is that we need more focus right now. We cannot be distracted, especially at this moment. And that's yoga off the mat. So because yoga revolves around philosophies. It's like they have a certain Bible, and they just translate those philosophies through a yoga pose or yoga practice. And that actually helps the body, or you actually set your mind, set your body, set your spirituality in order to be able to manage, in order to be able to accept what is now, in order to be able to look forward into what's next. And whatever next is going to happen, you're going to be strong. Like when you're practicing yoga, you're trying to build your strength. You have to be flexible to be able to subsist, to be able to manage the challenges, and you'll be able to sustain. So sustain and live and, still survive in the midst of all this. So those three philosophies on yoga on the mat as you practice,
right,
it's translated outside in the outside world. So that's the simplest way I can put that.
So just learning any other skill, it has to be applied first and foremost to yourself.
It's not a physical sport. It's not. It is actually a philosophy.
That's great.
Yeah, that's yoga. That's the true yoga.
It has to be part of you. Tama ba?
It's not. That's the traditional, the truest yoga way back more than 2,000 years old. It's modern yoga that you see in this day and age. Yeah, that sometimes they do it as a physical sport or a hobby or as a symbol probably or a trend.
Yeah,
the modern yoga. What I'm trying to share right now is what is yoga and how you can use yoga into wellness. And wellness, a lot of yogi would rather drink wine than drinking hard or something.
Okay.
Also, because this one, the grapes also has a different response towards different climates: rainy, sunny, season, windy, like that. So it actually dictates the quality of the grapes and it dictates the finished product, which is what we're drinking at the moment.
And cheers to that. Ang ganda. May mo sinabi. Nakakatuwa. And guys, I hope you're taking notes.
To be able to express it and easily understood by our nanonood and listeners.
Right. And speaking of nanonood, let me just remind the audience that who are listening right now, if you want to win a prize later, here are the promo mechanics. No, like and share the live video and tag 3 friends. And I'll be sharing with you the hashtag. And the hashtag is it's actually there. It's hashtag wine and wellness. And then we will be dropping mga hints and questions that we will also define. Tapos if I ask that question later, kung sino yung makakasagot, we'll get a special prize. So listen very carefully, guys.
Galing, may tanong lang ako kay Alou. Alou, how about yung meditation and yoga? I know they're interconnected, but
they're very much. They're like brothers and sisters.
Kasi si Coach Aiet, she likes meditation.
Ignition meditation to be exact.
Ako naman, in the morning, I do exercise, mga 45 to 1 hour. Maximum na yung 1 hour ko.
That's good.
Ano ang connection nun, meditation at yoga?
Well, because, whenever I teach, I used to teach in a studio for 7 years here in Makati and BGC. And the first thing that I tell my students is like, if you want to practice yoga properly, then you have to be able to find your breath. Because, whether you admit it or not, breath is the most taken for granted thing in the whole world.
Wow, really?
Talaga?
The way we
If I ask you what's the quality of your breath, ngayon ka palang
The most important, if you forget it, paano na yan, di ba?
Oo nga, no? Kung meron kang Alzheimer, coach, tapos nalimutan mo yun, ano?
Like, you don't if I ask you now, how's your breath? Is it short? Is it shallow? Is it long or what? You cannot answer me right away, right, Sai?
Tama.
Because you're not really aware of it. And it's been with you since you were still in your mother's womb. You're already breathing there.
Okay.
Right.
And yoga is like just reminding us that breath is life. Breath is energy. Breath is clarity. Breath is yoga. And that's why meditation came along. By the way, meditation is one of the anti-aging secrets of yoga.
Ayan. Guys, number 1.
Coach, Aiet, kaya pala mukha kang bata.
Oo nga, nagulat naman ako sa voice mo.
Sorry. Natuwa ako dun kasi nag-meditate ka every night.
Oo, di ba? Guys, alam nyo na ang secret.
Kaya pala mukha bata.
At ito.
Seldom let our mind rest. Sometimes at night when you sleep, you're halfway still thinking, you're halfway deep sleeping, right? You cannot even achieve that super deep sleep na talagang when you wake up in the morning, wow, it's like
you're energized.
Yeah, so it's like it's actually called quieting the mind.
That's a very nice.
If I ask you, when was the last time, or those who are watching at the moment, ask yourselves, when was the last time you have quiet your mind?
Oo nga, no?
Yeah, quiet means just being silent, right? Quiet means not thinking of any agenda.
No worries.
That's the most difficult thing to do.
Oo nga, totoo.
For me, that's called yoga pose. And it's called mental flexibility.
And when you flex, di ba, you become more than kung ano ka before.
That's most of the people, the way I observe it in the modern yoga world, they focus more on physical strength and flexibility, right?
Right.
But again, I speak for myself. I would like to focus more on mental flexibility because the mind will always be the boss of our body.
Okay.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, kasi I'm a physical therapist myself, but I did not practice. But I'm licensed. Okay. So yung mga alam ko, I shared with very close friends lang. And sabi nila, kapag ang tao nasa-stroke, puso, hindi nila alam, it's the brain. Kasi the brain doesn't get, yung oxygen, hindi na umakyat sa brain. Kaya, nasa-stroke siya. Or merong that piece na lumapara doon, kaya siya nasa-stroke. Now, in alignment with what you said, if you forget to breathe, that is the brain breathing.
Exactly.
Yung heart is right. Kaya sabi nila that's the reason why the brain is on top of the heart, diba? So dapat nag-iisip bago ginagamit ang puso.
Yes.
And what do you call this? Yung mental flexing is actually another form of, or a beauty secret to age gracefully.
Yes, that's true. Because you breathe, your body also breathes. You know, the body is the biggest organ, but the skin rather is the biggest organ of the body. And you know, it's just like allowing them to breathe out. So it's a lot of wonderful things that you will learn about wellness. And I'm so happy that many countries around the world have actually involved or are involved already into wellness. They're becoming more conscious about it. And that's why I told you the sales of wine has tremendously increased.
Wow.
Oo nga eh.
Meron pala siyang coach direct correlation for that one.
Yeah, last 10 years. And yeah, but everything, just like in yoga, you know, you don't practice so much. That's attachment, you know, because we also teach yoga about the non-attachment, finding the balance. You don't practice too much or you don't feel too lazy to practice. You get into that core and then ano yung tama. So when I drink wine, don't drink too much, don't drink less.
It has to be part of the routine and it has to be coupled with yoga. Hindi lang basta, diba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ano yung Coach Aiet, di ba? Yung naririnig lagi natin sinasabi ng mga kaibigan natin na moderation is key. Yung pala yun, no?
Oo.
So, kasi hindi naman pwede naman puro exercise lang, di ba?
Yes. Or puro work in your case, Sai.
In my case, puro work ba?
Pero Sai, ka daw.
Kasi diba?
Guilty talaga ako sa ano yan.
He talks in his sleep, ha? Lecturing. Ganon siya. Ganon siya.
Ano ba? Trivia lang, ha?
Ay, nakas ng boses.
Sorry. Trivia lang. Sabi ng wife ko, alam mo ba, nag-lecture ka kahit tulog ka na.
Oo. That's how passionate he is. And that's why, sabi ko sa kanya, siguro maganda nga pag-usapan natin ang wellness because hindi naman dahil he is sobrang sa work. I know that most of our friends in the real estate, mga MSMEs, di ba? Especially now, sobrang nakaka-stress siya because a lot of things going on. You hit the ground running, hindi naman nagsastop ang bills, di ba?
Correct.
So nakaka-stress siya.
Exactly. You know what I do right now is like, because if you think about it, even when you sleep at night, will it change? Nothing will happen.
Right.
You will still be there tomorrow. So why don't we give our minds a break?
I like that. I like that statement. Tama ka doon, Alou.
Right?
I like that.
Wala na, sarado na lahat ng kusina. So, how I put it up with that is like, okay, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to make my plans. And then, after dinner, I will just enjoy my food right now. This is a blessing. I will just enjoy talking to my family member. I will just enjoy the day. And then after that, to take a shower and probably take a glass of wine before you sleep or maybe while having your meal. And then after that, of course, we say our prayers. You lie down and you do your very quick meditation. And you actually, to me, if I can share with you, I do a certain mantra depending on how I feel on a particular day. So, for example, tonight, or maybe I would like to think of something that I will be needing for the next work week. So I will close my eyes and then I will just listen to my breath. Just relax. The breath doesn't have to be aggressive, just the normal pace of your breath. And then just softly inhale. It's just like, they say, there's one teacher, actually I was attending, my co-teacher, and I like the way he said, because it's so difficult for us to say, breathe smoothly or understand your breath or become aware of the breath. So I like it when he puts it, just flirt with your breath.
Wow. Flirt with your breath. Okay.
Yeah. Di ba? Pag nag-flirt ka, parang everything is gentle.
You're all in attention. Attentive ka.
Yeah.
So, attentive ka.
I close my eyes and then I relax all the facial muscles and then I relax everything. I come into any comfortable lying down position. And then every time I inhale, mentally I say, I am. And every time I exhale, I mentally say, peace. Inhale, I am. Exhale, peace. Inhale, I am. Exhale, peace. So sometimes I do that if I want to have that peace for the next work week. So it's a mind setting. And the mind is the boss of the body. And you will notice that, wow, when you wake up in the morning, everything's like, wow, it's a lovely morning. It sets you up.
It's a very nice routine.
It may not happen one day, but because you're just getting used to it. But right now, it's automatic. The body becomes, it's the most intelligent machine, human machine.
Correct. And if you're learning a skill, it has to be practiced. Diba? It has to be in your part of your routine na you have to do it regularly. Ganyan. Pag-isip na si Profo, napag-iisip na siya.
Diba? Sabi na.
So, did you start this as a hobby, Miss Alou? Diba? As a mom and as a businesswoman, did yoga parang... How did it start?
Try yoga. So when are you going to start home yoga? Actually, home yoga. Yoga can be done at home right now. all the yoga teachers are teaching online, and me too. You know, later on I will mention about the yoga classes I do online, virtual.
That's nice. I think si Professor, marami siyang tatanungin sa'yo. Para kanina pa siya nag-iisip.
Coach, I like yung sinabi ni Alou kanina na because of the situation that we're facing right now, a lot of businessmen, professionals seem to be worried if I may use the word worried or tama, worried talaga
Anxiety, I think.
Anxiety.
Anxious, yes.
Anxious.
I think that's the word.
Na to the point na tama yung sinabi niya kanina will it change if I will worry now? Will it change tomorrow? Hindi naman, di ba? The only thing that would happen is it destroys the moment for you to enjoy, no? Mm-hmm. So, tama ka dun, no? Minsan kasi, I have to say, guilty ako niyan Oo, talaga.
Bigla, puff side.
Guilty talaga ako niyan. I have to say na bakit? Sometimes kasi may mga projects na mayroong kailangan sinasuhin na instead na i-enjoy mo yung moment, especially with my wife. Minsan may mga ganun kaming situation We either argue on things, di ba? Or we get misunderstandings because of that one. Then, thank you for that. Ngayon, alam ko na, ang key nun is nanahimik lang talaga ako. I just tahimik lang siguro. Kasi minsan parang automatic, pag may sinabi isa, nagre-react agad tayo, di ba? Parang automatic, magiging automatic na yung sagot.
Lagyan nyo ng time. Okay, wala na. Close shop na. We'll talk about that tomorrow again.
Oo, kasi tapos na yung office hours, di ba?
Yeah.
But as a businessman, you have 24 hours as your office hours. But it has to be in a disciplined manner also.
Pero Coach, one of the things I've realized, all of these things are useless kung magkakasakit ka Diba, Lou? I mean, I may have the all the riches in the world, pero kung may sakit ka and sabi ng doktor, you only have until next week to live.
Yeah. What I was about to say is like, even if you're a businessman like that, but you have to also, you owe it to your body and to your mind. So you have to pay back. So the mind worked hard the whole day already. Let it rest. Quiet the mind, enjoy the sleep, because in traditional Chinese medicine, we need to complete at least 8 hours of sleep or minimum 7 hours. It's just like recharging a phone, a mobile phone. So if you don't sleep within those range, you're not fully charged. And over time, it will take a toll on you.
And we know some countries who are overworked, di ba? They just bigla na lang sa daan nangyayari.
So right now, di ba, medyo babata na.
Exactly. So for the listeners that we have for tonight, we encourage you to ask questions. Just jot it in the comment section. And there is one question here. It says, if I'm not flexible, will I be able to do yoga?
Yun.
Good, very, very good question, because we get that question million times. Like, we always get, a lot of people would like to try yoga but are scared or afraid because of the fact that they're not flexible. My answer to that is the same answer that we tell our students or my friends. The moment you discover that you are not flexible, that's when the time, that is exactly the time that you need yoga in your life.
Okay. Kasi nafe-feel mo na yung tightness. Pwedeng hindi lang yung tightness. Pwedeng yung mismo.
Yeah, because
disposition.
I'm sure ng bata siya, flexible siya.
Yes.
Babalik yun.
Okay. Para pala siyang cycling. It's a skill. It comes back to you.
The sign that you need yoga is when you think you're not flexible.
Okay.
That's a good question.
So, ganun pa rin, no? Kasi I remember when we were younger, a few years ago, di ba?
Parang ako yesterday lang naman.
Nagtatablin pa tayo sa kama, di ba? Kasama yung friends natin.
Ka pa.
Di ba sa PCS before, meron tayong mga arabesque, di ba? Sa PE natin, yung mga ganyan. Mga positions na egg roll.
Egg roll.
Ano na kaya yun?
Doon sa nagtanong, of course, my advice to him or her, yung tanong, is start yoga properly. Don't attend challenging poses right away. Okay, you have to tell the teacher when you start doing yoga, teacher, I'm a beginner and I'm not flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher will guide you at the beginning of the class. And you have to attend the type of yoga that is for the beginners.
Okay.
So that's the right approach. Further answer
And normally, Alou, how many minutes or hours do I have to do yoga? Especially if I'm a beginner.
Yeah, for the beginner, 1 hour, 60 minutes.
1 hour. Okay.
Coach, so you have to set aside
Ikaw, Coach,
time for self.
Gusto mo naman magsimula mag-yoga?
Kasi minsan we spend it through breathing. Kasi sometimes hindi talaga marunong. You will be surprised. Parang nalilito sila huminga. You know?
Exactly.
Okay.
Pag nahihirapan na sila sa pose, nakakalimutan na nilang huminga. And in yoga, the more challenging the pose is, the more you need your breath, because our breath has a natural analgesic effect. It calms the tensed muscles.
I agree. Kasi if I experience pain in any part of my body, for example, headache, meron akong book na if you try this pose, of course, with so much precaution, it will go away. You don't have to ingest medication.
Yeah.
Like as I mentioned a while ago, with so much precaution. Kasi you have to have someone watching you in case you go out of balance, diba?
Mga simple poses.
Oo, tama.
And going back to what I said, it translates to life also. Mm-hmm. The more challenges we face every day, especially this time of pandemic, the more that we need our breath. Take a deep breath. Take a pause. Close your eyes. Take 3 sets of deep inhalation and exhalation. Open your eyes. It feels much different, much brighter, much lighter. Try that.
Oo. Tsaka yung tama yun you count ilang beses bago you say something.
Yeah.
Kasi you cannot take it back anymore. Diba?
Yeah. So I hope she starts. I would encourage the one who asked that question to, there's a lot of free classes online, and you can also find on YouTube, by the way. Just type let's say 20-minute yoga for beginners. Type that, and there are a lot of YouTubes to choose from.
Okay, there's another question.
Yes,
of Sai and Miss Alou. Jen De Ramos. Hi.
Hello, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Aside from respiration and energy improvement, does yoga help lose weight? Weight management.
Yes.
Pretty much, no?
We have to remember that it's not so much on the perspiration, but it's in the heartbeat. The faster the heart beats, the more calories you burn.
And I tell you guys, yung poses, kahit hindi ka mag-weights, papawisan ka talaga.
Because you use your body's weight. So to answer your question, sometimes the pose, let me give a very quick example. I have a new student right now. Mm-hmm. That's her, because I normally ask them, why do you want to do yoga? So to be able to address their expectation. So she wanted to try the yoga to lose weight. And she's an executive for more than 20-something years. And then right now, resigned already. And of course, pandemic. And she has a lot of slip discs. She has high blood, like that. And the first practice we had, I said, oh my God, ang sakit ng katawan ko. Sabi ko, di ba ang dali lang nung pose? I know, pero bakit? And because it's the deep lengthening. Ang lengthening kasi, bakit ka mag-lose ng weight? You're not only working with your muscles. We're working with joints. We're working with your connective tissues. We're working with those tendons. And when you work, di ba nagsashake-shake pa nga yung iba? That's already burning calories. Why do you think a lot of yoga students are payat, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. Di ba? Gusto nga yan ng mga guys eh. Before kasi nung nag-gym ako, ang daming guys sa yoga class
You can do it. If it's a beginner's yoga, not flowing, not fast, you can easily burn around below 200. A regular practice of yoga is around 300, 350, or below 275 calories just for 60 minutes. And you don't even get tired or have to talagang pagod na pagod ka. That's the beauty of yoga. You don't really feel that tired and super pagod, but you actually burn a lot.
Okay.
And your mind. Yeah. Try it. Yes, you will lose weight, I promise you. If not, call Aiet and then throw me questions.
Yes. One time, Coach Aiet, nakita ko yung parang book mo, no? Yung sa yoga.
Hindi na bumalik sa akin yung book kasi shinare ko din siya sa iyo.
Kaya pala hindi ko na nakita yung book. Hindi naman ng friend mo yun. Kasi siya sa yoga book, Alou Tapos,
way back then.
One time, nakita ko siya flipping the pages tapos she's doing the post. Sabi niya, Dad, alam mo, pag ganito yung post mo, ito yung benefit niyan. Sabi ko, sige nga, aralin mo, tapos turuan mo ako.
Mahirap kasi siya kapag mag-isa ka lang. It really has to be, you have to have to be with someone. Kasi baka shortness of breath, diba?
So we will see how I do it. If you want to do it alone, you need some yoga props to aid you on the pose. You can actually use a wall.
Okay, the wall.
When you do warrior 2, so you feel your alignment more appropriate. So I actually use a wall, I use a chair, I use yoga blocks, straps, blanket. Those are very good way to properly to learn the pose properly and to sustain the pose and to support you to be able to not fall. You will find out. You check my Instagram page.
Go ahead. Sige, you tell them what your Instagram is so that they can follow. Yeah.
So for those who would like to ask more questions, just send me a private or direct message via Yoga Touch Manila. It's one word. Yoga Touch Manila. Yoga Touch Manila. You will see my logo says Live the Change. And there are a lot of yoga poses and you will have an idea of what kind of yoga I do. Just send me a message on what type of yoga can be available for you. You can get the class on YouTube. Doesn't have to come from me. Get the class from another teacher close to where you are, to your friend. It's fine with me. Let's share yoga because it's good for the mind, for the body, and for the spirituality. And also you can follow me on my FB page called Yoga, same thing, Yoga Touch.
That's the page.
Yeah. I offer classes online on yoga therapy. Right now, I'm offering to athletes, to seniors, and beginners yoga, new to yoga.
Right. And you did mention something about postpartum women, di ba? Yung mga bagong panganak, the ones that are also who wants to get back in shape.
Prenatal, postnatal. I even do baby yoga. My youngest student is 2 weeks old.
Wow.
Ang saya naman doon, no? Parang may bawal ka, no?
Di ba medyo mahaba yung ECQ natin?
Oo.
So, malamang after some
marami kang clients.
Maraming mga anak. Alou?
Oo, guys, Yoga Touch Manila is the page to look for.
Live the change.
Live the change, okay.
Prof. Sai, may tanong ka dyan about wine naman this time.
Ito to. On the lighter note, since sabi ni it takes around mga 1 hour to do yoga, diba? Siyempre, after the yoga, I'd like to enjoy a glass of wine, diba? So, in terms of wine, what would you be your recommendation as a wine expert?
Well,
how do you go about it?
For those who are starting to do wine, they would tend to try the white wine first.
White wine, okay.
It has a mild taste and sweetness in it, okay? So if you're going to take wine, it's very safe to get a Chardonnay, okay? Whether it's from Old World, Spain, Italy, or France, or US, New World, Chilean. But for value for money, go for a Chardonnay Californian wine.
Chardonnay Californian wine.
Yeah, compared to, well, of course, New Zealand is good, but the price is higher. So for those who are just starting, don't buy your wine expensive. I mean, you can buy wines 500 and below, but go for Chardonnay first. It's easy to drink, okay? Or the lighter is Sauvignon Blanc, okay? And then for the reds, just go for mellow. It's not too full-bodied, hindi masyadong mataka, not light, and not sweet. Avoid sweet wines. It's the wrong sugar that you want to put in your body.
Go for
natural fermented sugar.
Coach, kaya pala, yung ibang kaibigan ko, sabi niya, I don't drink wine kasi matamis eh. Bawal sa sugar level. Ganun pala yun, Alou?
Yeah, kasi the others, especially when you buy wines around, medyo sobrang mura. may mga additives na yung mga grape juice na yung nilalagay nila dyan. So it's not, hindi ka puro wine yan.
That's nice. Oh, that's a great info for people who are scouting or who are already parang part of their meal na is a table wine, di ba? What is a good table wine for meals?
Well, wala talaga.
Or red wine usually or white? Do you go for white?
When you say table wine, it's a blend of grapes.
Okay.
Normally yan yung mga na-harvest na hindi masarap.
Yung pala yung table wine. Coach, may tanong lang ako kay Alou. Di ba, may narinig tayo since we're not really wine experts, pero madalas narinig natin sa mga info eh. If you go for seafoods, you go for white wine. If you go for red meat, you go for red wine. So, paano ba yun, Alou?
Yan na yung kasabihin.
Paano yung cheese?
Nabago na.
Paano pala yung cheese? Oo.
What does it go well with?
It's like that. But you know that right now, when you have rich food, because right now I'm studying Asian food, preparing with wine. If you have rich food, for example, kare-kare. Okay? Kare-kare na seafood. Di ba may seafood kare-kare tayo?
Yes.
You can still, the red wine will blend with it.
So para din pala siyang coffee, meron siyang levels of kunyari bold, di ba?
Strict yung seafood to white, red to like that. Pero kung red, I would still recommend, the meat, I still recommend the red wine because of the parang yung full bodiness ng red wine blends well with the richness and the fat that comes out on the meat.
Ayan. I like how you describe it. Maybe you should teach everybody how to drink it now.
Can we have a sample? Can we have a sample?
Their glasses.
Ayan.
Okay, so we'll raise our glass.
Okay.
So hold the stem.
Hold the stem, this one. Okay.
Ay, ganito lang.
Yeah. Hold the stem. Now, if you have well, it's hard to swirl it for the beginners, but if not, like me, I'm so sanay already, see? So you swirl it.
Dapat huwag natapon, di ba? Landahan.
So that, I'm just
the swirling is for?
So, number one, you allow the alcohol to
dissipate,
to
come out. Yeah.
To escape,
and then, by doing so, yung aroma yung lalabas. So, try to sniff it or put your nostrils just very close. Don't touch the lid of the glass. Very close. And then take.
Ang bango.
Lumalabas siya.
Oo. Aromatic.
Oo, no?
Right?
I suppose iba-ibang wine from where they came from. Iba-iba rin ang amoy. Tama ba?
Depende sa grapes at saka depende. Kasi tinitimpla na yan sa oak barrel. French and oak barrel. So sometimes may lasang jam, licorice, coffee, chocolate.
Galing, no? Parang talagang coffee.
Oo nga.
Iba lang siya.
I love this session, ha? May natututunan tayo about wine. Kasi dati lang ko, basta rin, okay na yan.
Oo,
try
that. You have to be saucy.
Wellness. After a hard day's work, wine.
And then,
diba?
When you look at it should be against the clear white background. Okay. So, I have a white, makikita mo yung clarity ng wine.
Okay.
So, dapat hindi cloudy. Okay?
Hindi cloudy. Should be clear.
Pale na, So, and then, makikita mo rin pag yung wine, mas lighter yung color niya. And then, pag medyo mature wine na siya, nagdi-deep
red. Okay.
And then after that, you look, you sniff, and now you taste. Okay. Then when you taste, as I say, just tasting portion.
Okay.
Chew it like you're chewing food, but chew the wine. And then maybe some people, they swirl the tongue around their palate, but I don't do that.
Sarap?
I just try to spread the wine and let it burst.
Oo nga. Ang sarap.
Yeah, and then some people, they do it. My teacher said, parang nag-sniff ng,
Parang nagsusup, parang migop ng soup.
Kita, malalasahan mo yung...
Tapos papasok, lalabas siya sa ilong. I mean, the aroma.
Breathing pa rin, coach.
Oo. Talagang lahat dapat may step.
Breathing pa rin, no?
Yeah. So, yun lang. So, good wines, you can buy, just don't buy, well, it's good to buy appropriate wines, but for those beginners, 500 and below, if you want to, if you want to, my suggestions on wine, message Miss Aiet or Professor Sai, I will give them my answer, what wines to buy. Sometimes in SNR, I see some good wines. I planning to put up a page on that, but I'm just stay satisfied with that. So, but I could see a lot.
Guys. May free consultation pa on the wine to choose, wine selection.
Hindi lang tax, pati wine.
You shouldn't be paying much for the wines pag nag-uumpisa pa lang. So
for the entrepreneurs that are listening right now, if you know how to do it, diba? It increases your credibility and you get to attract more yung sa target niche mo. Kasi if you know how to speak, how to converse, diba? That well-traveled si Miss Alou, she can tell the culture and everything about it, diba? It's a good conversation starter.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
It's a good conversation starter, and it's also it calms you, when you drink wine. A lot of meeting right now, they just order wine.
Sometimes you close the deal, diba? If you're relaxed. If you are relaxed.
Wine, sorry.
So did you try that?
Yeah.
Closing the deals,
Ang gagawin pala natin pag may mga meeting tayo with clients, other than Zoom, instead of serving juice or serve tayo wine,
Oo, pero in moderation.
Siyempre, moderation. Would you like...
Hindi na tayo makaklose ng deal niyan.
Wala naman, close yun pagka ganun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kasi usually, and this is what I learned from my foreign friends also, if they're relaxed, they give you yung mga kung ano sila talaga. Yung personality. Kasi if you're in a tough setting workplace and then you talk business.
It lowers the defenses.
Right.
Parang, ang kausap mo is somebody who is calm, somebody who is relaxed.
It helps in anxiety also, right? Yoga and wine. Does it help in anxiety?
We have a lot of executive attending yoga before. Actually, all my private students, by the way, I'm just doing private sessions. All of them are executives like CEO and president. I will just not mention names because the reason why they got into yoga is because they need that momentarily break.
Okay.
I agree. Hindi ka pwedeng 24 hours busy.
One of the high-ranking executive that I teach, we start at 6:30 in the morning because he wants to be in the office by 9 o'clock.
By 9 o'clock.
So, basta 1 hour lang. 1 hour is enough.
Pero galing niya, other presidente, I can go at 9 or 10 or 11, and then 6:30. And sometimes, pwede ka bang mag-6? Okay, sige.
Ganun na. But it's okay kasi at least you're productive early at the start of the day.
He's the CEO of the company.
Usually, the executives are like that. So, hindi ko na babanggitin yung facility, but most of my bosses before, we swim in the morning. Sabi nga, isang aga-aga mo na magpunta ng office. Mag-aala pa kami, swim muna, lalaps, tapos bago pupunta ng office. Nakakatulong siya kasi project management yung trabaho namin. It's really tough. And
That's right.
And a lot of executives, business company owners, nando doon. And usually, hindi ko sila kaedad. But they are really, parang discipline, ang aga-aga nilang nag-exercise.
Lastly, before the pandemic, I had been doing a lot of corporate yoga. I taught a lot of law offices.
I could just imagine. Para pag talagang...
Siyempre, stress nila, di ba?
All lawyers, di ba?
Oo.
Sasabi ko, malakas na pala kayo, daanin na natin sa flexibility. Doon sila umiyak.
Mga lawyers na paiyak ni imagine mo, no?
Sabi nila, bakit pag ikaw ang nagtuturo, 3 araw masakit yung katawan namin? So, ko lang, nagawa niyo naman, di ba? Ang dali-dali nga.
Tsaka ibig sabihin na target talaga yung right muscles na tight.
I did one back. Diba? I did 2 law offices, one in Rockwell and one here in Peaches. And marami akong corporate na dyan, tinuturuan dito sa Peaches. And I like working with them because I used to be in the corporate world and I know how it feels to de-stress. You really need to
sales ka rin nun. Nasa sales ka rin.
Yeah, sales. Like,
very toxic ang sales talaga.
May mga quota yan, di ba? Yun ang toxic doon eh. Mga monthly quota.
Yeah, we don't get to rest. The only rest I have is between the evening of the 31st and the morning of the first day, the next day. Kasi quota na naman yun eh.
Bagong quota na naman. Wow.
Parang accounting lang, may closing of books naman.
Oo, sa ating mga accountant, coach, yun ang
Tsaka yung every April.
Challenge. Pagtungtong ng tax season, walang tulugan na yan.
That's how I got into yoga. My body was seeking for something because I could already feel that my job is already taking its toll on me. Like I'm irritated. I lack patience. I cannot sleep at night. I look old and I look haggard.
Speaking of old, ito ang mahawagan tanong ko.
Coach. Sige.
Sa mga HR friends natin, excuse me, no? Nagtatanong, how old or how young is Miss Alou?
Ayun,
Okay naman sagutin, di ba?
Sinabi kay Prof. Sayan. Pero sige, first time ko i-announce dito sa Coffee Chat House. That's for the record. I'm turning 52 this coming September.
Wow!
Guys.
Diba sabi ko sa'yo, you're just what? 44, 45?
Dati hanggang 28 hindi palas. I'm 32. Very proud to say it now. And not everybody is given a privilege to...
Exactly.
Correct.
At saka yung di ba sabi, meron din isang tanong dito, sabi niya, if overweight,
yes.
Can I still practice yoga? Kasi usually, ang mga ngayon, pag stress ka, thinning of hair, whitening of the hair, di ba? Tumataba because of couch potato.
You can do it. That's why I mentioned about using yoga props. Check my Instagram page and you will see how I use the yoga props for you to be able to start yoga. So you use the props first for you to be able to do the pose. And then of course, along with that, we will apply a detox program for you. So again, we will teach you how to stay away from sugar, sleep, and then enough water. Yun lang yun. Kaya yan.
Okay. Saka magsusuko agad, di ba? Yun nga yung turo natin dito.
Correct.
Pwede yan. Yeah.
So yung mahiwagan tanong ko yun yung sasagutin na may price. How young is Miss Alou? Ayan. Mag-comment na kayo.
Comment.
And I'll PM kung sino yung unang-unang makakasagot niyan. Kakasabi na lang yan, guys. So kung sino unang makakasagot, will win a special prize. Aside from the regular prize that we are giving out.
Okay.
And, Prosay.
Coach, may ako. It's just a simple question lang naman. Balik lang tayo sa wine kasi, I like drinking wine.
Okay.
Ano na yung magandang way to preserve yung wine? Kasi nag-open tayo ng bottle of wine. Siyempre,
usually resealable diba?
Usually ba yung resealable lang for practical purposes Paano po ba yun? Do I need to keep it sa ref? Or do I just keep it sa cabinet but properly sealed?
Room temp.
Okay. Number 1 rule, if you open a red wine, especially if it's a young wine, you have to finish it up. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Naku, hindi na moderation yun, Coach.
Hindi. Magtatawag tayo ng mga
Hindi, pero wag mo na patagalin ng third day. It becomes oxidized already. So when when it enters our body, it's so acidic na.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you open, you have to put
2 days.
Pag white wine, siguro pwede pa. Kasi the white wine naman is not oaked. Naka-stainless steel yan nung ginawa So, 3 days. No more than white wine. Especially for the special wines, mga 2 days lang.
So ulitin ko lang if it's red wine, once I open the bottle, I have to consume it within 2 days.
Max. That's max na yun. But if you can consume it already, like sa isang araw, better.
Okay.
Pagka medyo iba na, what I do, I put it in my pasta sauce.
Wow, really?
Really?
Cooking. Tama.
Can you expound on that, please? Yung pasta sauce.
Red pasta sauce, di ba? The red pasta sauce.
Red,
If I do the Italian version. So, yung mga off na wine na, I just pour it in the pasta sauce. Pagka nahalo mo na lahat yung ingredients, tapos nagsisimmer na siya, yung final touch mo na yung wine. And then let it simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, and then that's it.
Coach, pag niluto mo ulit ako ng pasta, ano mo na gagawin,
ha? Pala yun.
Sayang kasi. You've invested money in that bottle of wine. Don't throw it. Use it in the steak or
yun, sa steak.
Pag sa white wine, pag massive na, use it in the fish pag nag-grill ka or something. Konti lang.
Wow.
Ang dami natin natututunan.
Para bigla ako nagutom.
Nagugutom ako.
Oo.
Daya nito ni Miss Alou.
Oo nga eh. Ang galing.
Ayan, okay. So ito another question. Ha? Pero this one is for the listeners. A trivia question. Connoisseur of wine is called aeonophile. Tama ba, Miss Alou?
Also.
So Miss Alou is an aeonophile.
It's the same meaning. It's what they called before. And it's also known as wine steward. So we study
wine steward.
Wine steward. So we study the art of wine, how the grapes grow, how they take care of the grapes, how to protect the grapes from winter, and how the grapes become watery when it's rainy season, so the wine becomes bland. What grapes grow in this region? What grapes does it grow in this region?
Gusto ko na mag-aral ng wine connoisseur.
My first...
Diba?
Anong country? Sige, sabihin mo na.
On my first day. So I was I took it up in Italy kasi mas wide ang variety ng wines.
Saka they're wine drinkers talaga. Sa Spain.
Also, yeah. First day namin at 9 o'clock in punto. We have 6 tasting
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Take note 9 a.m. Which
magandang yan.
Access in front of, pero you spit it, otherwise hindi ka tatagal.
Exactly.
So you just spit it. So after that, we wash our glasses, and then the professor said, you have to take your time. You make sure you spit it because we will be tasting 65 different varieties of wine.
Ladies and gentlemen, 65.
65.
Oh my God. But here in Manila, on a lighter note, here in Manila, if you'd like to study wine here in Manila, meron ba tayo?
Wine Academy, may ganun ba?
Meron ding WeSet dito, WeSet Manila. Same academy that I do. They also have here in Andoran, I think. And, WeSet rin yan, Manila. They have level 1, level 2 offered.
And normally, how long would it? Ilang days?
Well, mine, it was kasi they give you a reading material. So it's actually all in all 60 hours, but may reading material kasi mabilis yung 3 days eh. Hindi ka iintayin. Parang per region, and tuloy-tuloy question. You taste and then notes. So, and then they let you taste. The professor will say, you didn't taste the elderflower in the wine? I said, I don't even know what the taste of elderflower is.
What is an elderflower?
Parang narinig ko yung sa Lord of the Rings,
Hindi kasi nga, kaya mas gusto ko doon. Kasi dito puro citrusy, banana. So, parang 3 days, pero mabilis yung taste. And then, in the afternoon, you take the exam.
I see. Okay. So, ang dami nating learnings tonight. Prof. Sai.
Thank you.
We have 2 more questions for you. The first one is that with so many things that you learned and with the travels that you had, and I'm sure post-COVID, sana magkaroon tayo ng time to travel together, no? Hint, hint.
Of course.
Prof. Sai.
Yes.
Okay. What is your greatest achievement and memorable experience sa journey ng pagiging wine connoisseur or in the field or as a yogini?
I think the yoga. The transformation of yoga is something indescribable. It doesn't only transform you physically, because a lot of my friends say, oo nga, no? It's actually the positive aura that you probably see in it. They say the transformation is priceless. The transformation is timeless. And it will help you gear up, parang bala mo siya to any kind of battle that you're going to be faced with. Yung yoga, yung bala mo. Because it prepares your mind, it prepares your body, and you're going to have really faith in spiritually. Matatag. So, the greatest achievement was yoga, and I'm still on it. I don't stop learning.
That's great. Tama. We advocate continuous learning also.
And then it's always a work in progress, Coach.
Correct.
So
maganda, no?
I love it. It's I found my passion and my second calling. But, my core business is real estate, and this is a creative outlet. But the demand is getting more and more into this. And when my class ask for me if I can teach it, like, of course, if you need yoga, I will share with you now. Kasi
right.
Kanila, diba? Parang doctor.
Yes. Oo, tama, para kang on call. Okay, so aside from that, I also, the insight that I got, Prof. Sai, is that mental flexibility is important and yoga can give you that. Tsaka physical agility, because sabi nga din ng OP ko, you can do weights. Okay yan. Pero depende rin sa frailness of your body. What she's suggesting is that I do toning of the body, and yoga is the key to that.
It's yoga is more like lengthening. It stretches kaya ka natutone kasi sinistretch niya yung muscle mo, sinistretch niya yung connective tissue, yung sinabi kanina, the joints, it helps you release the synovial fluid. That's why it's a good recipe to prevent arthritis as you grow.
Very good. Oo.
Yes.
Oo,
yes.
diba?
Hypertension. Helps manage the hypertension and prevent the hypertension. And it helps because it helps in the blood circulation and the heart. Yeah.
Tapos may wine ka pa to couple with that, right? Kasi, syempre, the wine also gives you the circulation.
But again, moderation, but not the sweet wine.
Yes.
Not the sweet wine, okay.
Yes.
The sweet wine is bad for the heart. So find wines from old country, from new country, but not the sweet wines. Even if it's their price 200 or 300, dagdag ka na lang ng konti. It's good for your
That's great. Thank you for the tip, Professor Sai.
Yes, Coach Aiet.
Do you have any other, or what are your key takeaways for Miss
Okay.
Alou from Miss?
One of the things I've learned tonight is, number one, because of yoga, we get a clarity of our minds, diba? Which is very essential. Actually, naririnig ko na yan before especially there was this one cartoon, yung Kung Fu Panda. There was a scene there, yung kanyang mentor, yung turtle. Sabi niya, you should have a clarity of mind, like a pond. Sabi niya, what do you see? Sabi nung wala. Parang gano'n. Tapos nung nag-clear na yung water, sabi niya, I see myself. Diba? Parang gano'n din tayo, Coach, pagka...
that's actually knowing your truest self.
Okay, I like the word, yung clarity of mind,
Yeah. Yes.
Tapos, on the lighter note, because I like wine, diba? Parang it's a reward. So, mamaya, Coach, meron ka reward. Okay? For doing all of these things, Coach Aiet. Mag-wine tayo mamaya.
Mag-wine tayo for more business ideas.
Kaso may sinabi si Alou, dapat na ubusin yung isang bote.
Tatawagin ko si ate.
Cool.
Yeah. Hi, ate.
Pwede pa yan bukas kasi late ko naman. Basta, tight na tight yung. Not too cold na lang.
Room temp, okay.
Not too cold. No.
Not too cold.
Put it in the fridge, pero hindi masyadong malamig yung fridge.
So, aside from the achievements that you mentioned, ano naman yung biggest challenge mo?
Okay.
In your journey?
The biggest challenge, the first biggest challenge was when I've decided to leave the corporate world. I was at the top or peak of my career when I did that. Because I told myself, I have to choose between career and family and the things that I want to do in life. And I did that, made that decision, and it was not easy because all of a sudden, you're not working, you're not getting paid. I was
yung friends mo, wala din, di ba?
Sila, pero
pa
giving up the position is the hardest because it's VP level
designation. Okay.
Parang you gave up on of those perks that you get. That was the biggest challenges, but it didn't. It only it took a while, but not too long. But I was able to adjust and enjoy life, my freedom, my own time. So that was the biggest challenge, I think. And right now, it taught me a lot of things. It has taught me becoming the person I am now. It actually helped me become my better version.
That's great. I love that. It's nicely put. I have my own experience, but tama-tama yung sinabi mo, swak talaga siya. Kasi you have to give up something to get what you want, and that's better, di ba? There's no right or wrong decisions, di ba?
Yes.
Only good ones. Ayan na naman ang mga coachable quotes ko.
Galing mo, coach, ha? May mga quote ka na naman. Quote for the week, ha?
Pick up dapat yan.
Become your better version.
And live the change, tama? Yun na yun, di ba?
Become your better person and live the change.
Live the change. Accept what is now. Meron daw yan. Accept what is now. Live the change.
Live the change. Hashtag live the change.
Yeah, maganda yan. Yan ang sasabihin ko mamaya sa post ko.
Okay.
Okay, alam mo ba na may winner na tayo dun sa tinanong ko kanina?
Sige.
Okay, so yung may special prize is Finn Castro. Yeah,
wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Finn.
And then, before your takeaway, Prof. Sai, if we can flash the winners.
Sige po, please.
Are we ready, guys? Okay. Yung 10 winners natin. So, I'll read it na lang, ha?
Okay.
Saraya Jamili Sukim, John Lawrence Opao, RJ Obrera, Kaden Magalona, Mark Bascones, Mariel Opao, Bianca Melanie Montero, Joanne Marie Bardilas, Maria Cheska. Wala siyang apelido. Maria Cheska, Jonathan Gabriel. Wow, ang dami doon nagko-comment. Congratulations. Ang dami nating mga natutunan today. Ikaw, ano insight mo?
Ano yan? Basta one of the
sobrang dami.
One of the things I like is really the clarity of mind, and we really have to slow down. Sometimes take a break. Kaya tinamaan ako doon Guilty talaga ako doon, Alou. I have
take
to.
a break. At saka,
I'm really guilty. Sinabi mo yun. So, we really have to take a break.
Guilty rin ako dyan dati. So, I can relate to that.
Take one day at a time daw. Yeah. Kasi may bukas pati. Parang ganun.
So, if you want to stay young, start yoga. And
wine and yoga.
Yes, wine and wellness.
Wine and wellness.
Combination for wine.
As a parting statement, what is that major piece of advice for the ones who are starting to go into yoga or probably wants to follow your footsteps to becoming a yogini and ayan.
Okay.
Ano sasabi ko?
I'll make it sweet and short. Okay. So for those who would like to, I know that a lot of you are curious about doing yoga. Don't be challenged with the photos that you see where you see a lot of challenging poses. You're not going to do that, okay? You have to start yoga and listen to where your body is coming from. And that's yoga, okay? And always remember, you are unique. Each one of us is unique. Your body is unique from your friend's body. So you can do some poses that he can do. But yoga is universal. Always start safe, trust in progress, choose a teacher that will understand you, and just enjoy your practice. Yeah, you progress. You start easy and then you start moving into a more challenging pose. And then when your body is not ready for it, don't do it. But always know how to move away from your or our comfort zone, but never go beyond our edge.
Oh, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda naman.
Galing, Coach. Ang galing. Thank you so much for that, Alou.
Yes.
Nakakatuwa. O dahil dyan, I know that
in life, you can move away from our comfort zone, never go beyond our edge. Keep safe, keep balance. That's yoga. And be in the now.
yes. Oo. So yoga is really like an energy management discipline, right? Couple
Yeah.
mind pa. Diba?
Yes.
So, dahil dyan, let's promote Yoga Touch Manila. Miss Alou, please.
Yes, Yoga
do the
Touch
honors.
Manila. Follow me on Instagram. Just look for Yoga Touch Manila. Live the change. And if you want to ask more questions, send me a direct message. I will be happy to answer you and I will be happy to share yoga with you. Also on Facebook page, Yoga Touch Manila. And I'm open to offering classes online. But I'm always free to answer any questions. Don't hesitate. And you can also ask me questions about wine on those pages. So,
That's great.
Thank you for this.
Oo, thank you for making time. Miss
Yeah,
Alou.
thank you for spending your Sunday, their Sunday with us, and also thank you for making me spend my Sunday with you.
There's a lot of things to learn, and siguro yung mga na-learn na before, bumalik lang. Thank you for reiterating the value of how the quality of breathing, di ba? At saka yung to take one day at a time.
Flexibility, yeah.
Slow down lang ng konti. Slow
down.
Take it slow.
And as for you, Prof, di ba, you have vision boards, it's in the house, there's a lot of pictures in the house. If we check the quality of our, if we make time for certain routines, and I'm sure, like what Miss Alou mentioned, that those vision will come to a reality.
Yes, yeah. Take care of your be able to reach that reality. Otherwise, you might not be able to reach that reality.
Okay, and with that, if you have anything to say, Prof.
Okay, just like to say thank you for Alou for this wonderful session. Ladies and gentlemen, marami tayong natutunan for tonight. Especially Coach Aiet, no? Yung mga key takeaways mo. I like yung mga sinabi mo kanina regarding yoga and wellness and wine. No? It's really a great combination.
Yes. And thank you very much also. I hope this will not be the first. And happy to share you to everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. With that, let's cheers. Let's cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Virtual cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, more power to your business.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And with that, Prof. Sai, I would like to thank everybody who's listening. Let's promote our look what they can look forward for the both of us naman. If we're ready, we can share the video.
Yep.
Okay, this coming Saturday, I have an entrepreneurship. It's still ongoing. It's for kids and parents. It's a bonding session of fun and learning. And this coming Saturday will be featuring Sir Ed Tadeo. He is a comic artist for both DC and Marvel. And he will be with Mommy Riza there. Here's a sample of his work. If you can show them, guys. Okay, what do we need to Okay, right. So moving forward to Professor Sai, you have something to promote also.
Okay, thank you, Coach Aiet. On August 5 and 6, we're going to have a CPD for real estate brokers, salesperson, sponsored and organized by Merit Real Estate. So together with me is Attorney Ray Cartojano. So we'll be discussing the introduction for real estate practitioners. It's going to be a 2-day session, but it's just going to be a half day session per day. So I'd like to invite salesperson who would like to be accredited so they can legally practice their profession in the field of real estate. Yun po, Coach.
Yes, anything else that we can look forward or baka ma-preempt na natin yung iba?
So I think yun lang mo.
Okay.
Sa August 23 pala, Coach. Yeah. Mm-hmm. On August 23, I'm going to have my masterclass on tax and estate planning organized by ABC or Always Be Closing Academy together with Coach Ron C. and Coach Jeff Luspo.
Great. Okay. And we would like to thank again Miss Alou Santos. Don't forget to follow her on Instagram and on Facebook. It's Yoga Touch Manila. And we hope that you learn and we are able to give you insights that can help you in your client engagements. This is Coach Aiet, Professor Sai.
Yes, and this is Professor Sai, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening and God bless.
Until our next chat, guys. Thank you. Good night.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.